Landcorp's Future Farmer program is a one-year course teaching skills to young people beginning their farming careers. It's run from Landcorp's Aratiatia Station, located near Taupo Township. The program's been running for 10 years, and most of the 114 cadets who've graduated from the course are still progressing through the agricultural sector.
Aratiatia is 2,050 hectares. We're primarily a breeding unit, supplying store animals into Landcorp's finishing properties. We also do quite a big component of deer finishing as well on our deer farm. We've got 220 hectares deer fenced over there. So we've got 250 yearlings we finish as well, steers. And we're also doing dairy support for the company's dairy properties. On top of all that, we run a cadet scheme as well, a Future Farmer Cadet Scheme in conjunction with Ag New Zealand. We have a big staff meeting every fortnight, which involves the cadets as well. And then weekly, sort of the core group of us, 3 of us will get together and hash out what we really need to be doing and if direction needs changing. Okay, did you check the water troughs? Yep. Good boys. All right, so I'll see you up there, eh? What we have done is we've retired all our land that runs into Lake Taupo itself. And one of our properties, Aratiatia is actually 3 properties, is being retired completely next July. So we don't have anything running into the lake at all. The river, seeing we're at the headwater of the Waikato River, our nitrogen footprint's very small. With the cadets, we have 10 come on annually at the moment. We revisit that number each year, depending on what sort of selection we've got, but we find 10's a better fit. They're here for 10 months. They start at the end of January and go through and graduate the first week in December. It's broken into 4 terms. It's just the same as the school year. And what we try to do is run what they're doing in class here on the farm. We try to run in parallel with what's actually happening on the farm practically. They spend 1 day a week in class as a rule, and the other 4 days out on farm with the staff.
Okay guys, we're going to shift the brake fence for the dairy cows that are grazing here today. Do you know what size brake we've got to put up for them?
It's an entry-level course, so we'll have people that have come in, no farming background at all, have been working at Pack and Save for a couple of years, and up to people that are off farm, born and bred off farms and have had quite a bit of experience. So we'll get the blend. As long as they are committed and know what farming is about, those sort of people we're after. Ag New Zealand, we run it in partnership with them, and they dedicate a man to the course, and he works on farm on Aratiatia 5 days a week, and he looks after a lot of the pastoral stuff as well. He gets involved with that. With the staff, we will generally allocate them a cadet on a daily basis, and they'll go out and just do their standard farm work. The idea is that they're actually doing the teaching of the student when they're out there. Dave Chatterton, the Ag NZ man, he's done the fundamentals. He's actually showed them how to put a post in, how to tie a knot. So once they know that, we take them out, and it's really the practice after that. And it can take a bit of practice.
It's a 44-week course. They will come out of it with a New Zealand Certificate in Agriculture at level 3, and it's very much targeted as an introductory course. So they learn the basics of motor vehicle use, quads, tractors, motorbikes, introduction to stockmanship, sheep, beef and deer on this property. Now we're halfway through the year. They're starting to be given a little bit more scope to go out on their own. They'll be put out on fence jobs. They'll be expected to know where the stock are, how they can shift them and things like that. The trainees pay for themselves. They pay a course fee, and then it's funded through TEC, the Tertiary Education Commission. We're only 10 minutes out of Taupo, so we don't have a hostel facility at all. We advertise for people that will take private board and get a lot of support from the community. Many have boarded students for several years. We're under Landcorp health and safety policy, so there is motor vehicle rules. They all have to have driver's licences. That's a clean driver's licence. They have to submit to a drug test. Should there be any concern, they might be required to have a further drug test. And they actually construct their own rules at the start of the year in terms of how they're going to treat the vehicles, treat stock, things like that, because they're pretty much in the public eye.
We've had some really good young people come out of it and really good young people go into the industry, which is always exciting. Yes, I have employed, Christine was an ex-student. We placed her on a Landcorp farm down in Te Anau. She worked there for a wee while, went out private, and I've managed to get her back again. So yeah, it's always pretty exciting. We tend to hear a lot from them as well, and they are fairly proud of their achievements and what they're doing, and yeah, it's a real buzz.
I was a cadet here in 2010, and I hadn't done a lot at home. I'm off a deer farm, I hadn't done a lot, but I knew the basics, and I had a blast while I was here. Learn how to drench sheep, vaccinate sheep, shift them, work with cattle, draft cattle in the yards, work with the deer. I'd done a little bit of that, so it was pretty cool. Classroom stuff was good. Most farmers aren't generally classroom people, so they generally want to get out, but you've got to have that theory knowledge to apply on the farm. So one day in the class is definitely enough. Because this is such an introductory course, you do learn everything. We have people who know pretty much near to nothing, and they come out of the course and they can put up a fence themselves and drench some sheep, which you'd never learn if you were just behind the books kind of thing.
Once they graduated, some of them will get the opportunity to have a go at positions within Landcorp. The others that don't go into Landcorp, we will try and find them a position out in the private sector. If they stay within Landcorp, they are required to continue their training, their theory training as well. It is tough. You're constantly weighing up a commercial against a training enterprise, and I think having done this for about 13 years now, I think we've got a pretty good model. It's quite flexible, and we are having some good results.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.